Morning.
Good morning. Hello.
Hello. We were just talking about our ongoing audio issues.
Correct.
We're 50 episodes into this thing and
51
51.
officially. We always test our audio before we start, and it
Yeah.
sounds great.
Uh-huh.
And then
It's-
we go back to listen, and it's not the best.
Snap, crackle, pop, Rice Krispie.
Like, this is us
Yeah.
reaching out to the audience,
Mhm.
asking for help.
If you or anybody you know has any technical expertise in audio recording,
Correct.
help us out because we would love to deliver this in a higher quality version.
Yeah.
Like it's tolerable. Like you can manage to listen through it. Like
Right.
thank you to everybody who listens despite the crackling that you
That's
have.
a good thing.
That's great. I mean,
That is loyalty.
loyalty. We will pay you $5 to help with out of our sponsorship fund. We'll pay you to help. Maybe more. I'll throw in a 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll throw in a 20.
Well,
Make
okay.
it 40.
$40, ladies and gentlemen, to help with our audio issues, please.
Yeah. We'd really like that.
So speaking of audio issues,
How's it
I was
going?
trying to segue to TikTok, but that wasn't.
Oh my gosh.
Technical
I was
issues.
thinking of you. What a roller coaster.
It was a weird 48 hours. Yeah.
I'm not on TikTok, so
Okay.
I don't know. I just saw it's gone. It's back. Is it back? Are we back?
It's back. We're back
Okay.
for apparently 90 days.
Oh.
It's been a roller coaster. So basically the last like 2 years, there's been all these times where TikTok's going away
Yeah.
and all the creators make these videos like follow me on Instagram, blah, 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 blah. And I was guilty of it this time because this time it really felt like it was going away.
Right.
Like it was passed by the Supreme Court. It was, going forward.
Golly. Okay.
It's been a thing.
Yes.
And
shows how much I'm aware of what's happening.
There's a lot going on at TikTok. And then Saturday night, I believe, it was supposed to shut down at midnight.
Yeah.
And it shut down a few hours early, like
Ooh.
8 p.m. or something
Yeah.
on Saturday night. And the message basically said, I don't know, like due to ongoing issues, like we are no longer this
Okay.
is temporarily unavailable.
Oh.
And the message kept changing. So originally said that, and then
Interesting.
about an hour later it updated to say something like, thanks to Donald Trump, we are in conversations to get it like back up. That was what the message said. And then
Donald himself wrote that message.
well, who knows? And then the next day, it was back up. And again, the message said it changed several times, but at one point it said, thanks to Donald Trump, front and center, he got this acknowledgement.
Interesting.
This TikTok has been restored, which for Donald Trump, that is the best freaking free ad you can imagine.
Seems like
It's crazy.
well played, Donald. So also like in our house, the way we felt it was Piper deleted CapCut.
Okay.
She loves to make videos.
Yep.
She loves to make she'll make these little crafts and she'll record herself and she'll put it all together. She likes making quote unquote ads for things.
Yeah.
Like she made an ad for her perfume. She
Nice.
made an ad for Stanley's. Like she does these little things. It's cute.
Sounds like she's ready for a marketing career.
I know. All that to say, she was up in arms because she said she deleted CapCut because she thought it was going away anyway. Something I don't even know how she knows this.
Okay.
And then turns out it's also back and usable.
Oh, is it back?
So I guess
Okay.
because she was using it.
So I had no idea CapCut was even part of this whole thing, which is kind of interesting. Like I've been following the news pretty closely around TikTok. I had no idea that CapCut was part of the ban.
Yeah.
And CapCut's a lot of people use it.
Yeah.
Like people that don't use TikTok use CapCut for their Instagram reels and stuff.
Okay.
And
yeah.
So yeah, that's back as well now, apparently,
Yes.
according to Piper.
According to Piper.
Her birthday girl.
Who showed me. Yeah. Okay, so it's back. Everything's normal.
TikTok's back. And guess who else is on TikTok now?
Who?
How Was Your Weekend? The podcast is now on TikTok and Instagram. On both.
I just learned that last night. Didn't know we even had an account.
We do now. I secured the username
Smart.
a long time ago and I actually
was
changed the username yesterday because
Okay.
the original username was How Was Your Weekend Podcast, which is very long.
Yeah,
And a lot of
it's wordy.
letters, very wordy.
Yeah.
And I was able to get Weekend Pod.
Love it.
So short and sweet, to the point.
Just like us.
Yeah.
Short
and sweet. Yeah.
Okay. Well, speaking of your weekend,
Yeah.
should we just jump into it?
We should.
Okay.
But before that,
Oh.
please follow us on Instagram and TikTok.
You guys follow us on anything possible. We do have a few spots left for sponsors.
We do. Yep.
Only a
It's
few.
limited. Yep.
So if you've heard us, we should have been like, today's episode is brought to you by. Make people think. this.
Yes. Today's episode is brought to you by TikTok and CapCut.
CapCut.
They go starting out, coming out swinging of the big sponsors.
Yeah. Listen. Okay.
Oh yeah, can
What
I
were you
one more plug for Instagram and TikTok. So basically what I did yesterday is I mentioned in my in my 2025 goals last week
Yes.
that I really want to figure out how to monetize social media this year.
Really quick, I don't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
We're kind of going back and forth this morning. I feel like there's quite a few things that I listened back to the episode and I was like, I wish I had asked more questions about this. Like, that is, you remember the whole reason we started this podcast was because we thought we'd have all these different things to talk about.
Yeah.
And like, often we're kind of like, same. Like, that's where we land. But this is a very different thing.
What is?
Like you monetizing for, like, that's never going to be my journey. So I am like,
it could be our journey.
It could be our journey.
Yeah.
I'm so curious. Like, I want to hear more about this.
Yeah.
And okay, so go back to what you were saying with you're going to do this.
Okay. So basically, I had a realization recently. I was basically, so I set that goal for myself. Like, I put a lot of time and energy into social media, and I love the impact that it can have. Like, people reaching out saying that it's inspiring to them or what have you. People reaching out about the podcast.
Yeah.
Like, like saying that it's one of the favorite parts of their week. I've heard that comment before. So thank you.
We love them.
Love that. Yeah. So love the impact that social media can have.
Yeah.
But with the amount of time I put into it, I'm like, if there's a way to make money from this, great. Like, I'm trying to buy a house in Palm Springs this year, potentially get married next year, some things in my life that are going to require some funds.
Right.
And if I could utilize social media to create some income, that'd be great.
Yeah.
So I was thinking from like I was like, how do you make money from social media? First of all,
thank you.
There's a few ways. There's basically, you can make like money from like the like TikTok and YouTube will pay you if you get a ton of views on a video.
Okay.
They'll pay you like a small portion of the ad revenue that they receive from it. So that's from like if you're getting millions and millions of views on stuff. Okay. So that's, you know, a goal, but out of reach for right now, for sure. Okay. Other ways to make money would be through like brand deals. Yes. So companies either pay you to advertise their products, or you can get like a referral discount. So they'll like send you a product for free, and then you promote it and you get a percentage of any sales that are generated from that. So those are a couple of ways. Yeah. I was thinking from like a brand or a company's perspective, looking at my social media. Yeah. And I realized it's kind of all over the place. Like, I post like personal development, like daily vlog content. I post real estate content. I post content with Brian. I post content from our podcast. Like, it's a lot of different things. Yeah. And from like a company's perspective, it's a little bit like confusing and not super like.
Do you think? I would have never looked at your content and thought this is confusing.
It's not like specific enough to appeal to like a certain audience for a brand. It's kind of how I think about it.
Okay.
Like, when you look at a lot of influencers who do brand content, a lot of times those brands are like directly related to the content that person produces. Yeah. So they like, if they make fitness content, they'll get a fitness like a supplement company or a shoe brand or whatever to sponsor them. Right. And it's like, that's one way to do it. Okay. But right now, or previously, like, I had everything kind of all in one place, and I'm trying something new where I separate things out a little bit.
I see.
So basically, so yesterday I basically I was in the car yesterday. And I'm sorry if I'm talking a lot right now, but let me I'm finish very this. Intrigued. So yesterday I was on the drive back from Bend, which was where I was at this weekend. Yeah. And I had like 5 hours in the back seat, and I'm like, I'm gonna do this right now. I'm gonna spend some time like creating a little bit of separation and more focus with each account. Yeah. So basically, I basically created a separate Instagram account called just Austin and Brian, which is
I got that friend request.
You got that? Yep. Sweet. So that's basically going to be couple content. Okay. So I found on TikTok the content that I produce or put out, the videos I make that get the most views are content with Brian and I. Okay. Like, people, for whatever reason, you know, like watching videos of us as a couple. Yeah. Which is great, and I appreciate that. Yeah. And so like, I'll notice a trend on my TikTok. Like, if I post a video of us, it'll get a decent amount of views and comments and everything. Right. And then I post 7 videos of my own daily vlogs or whatever else, and it's like they get way less views. Okay. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm taking my TikTok and I'm turning it into basically a couple account for Brian and I. Okay. I created a new Instagram account for Brian and I. Yeah. So and then I created a YouTube channel for Brian and I. Okay. So we'll basically on the Austin and Brian account channel will be videos of us and our relationship and
Yeah.
travels and different stuff.
Love
and
it.
As we're planning for our wedding.
Yes, perfect.
I'll still have my personal Instagram account, which will be like showcasing all the things basically.
Okay.
And the nice thing with Instagram is you can do collab posts.
Yes.
So if I do a
Yeah.
post from the Austin and Brian account, I can add my personal account as a collab
Right,
on it, and
right.
it'll show up on both accounts.
Okay.
I also created a new TikTok for myself
Okay.
because I want to be able to continue posting like personal content
Yeah,
on
yeah,
TikTok. So I created a new like personal TikTok where I'll post like my vlogs and my fitness
Business?
stuff and
So
real estate
fitness,
stuff.
real estate.
Yep.
Personal.
Correct.
Okay.
It'll just be me basically,
Got
like
it.
my account essentially. And then I created a so that's starting from 0, which is
Yeah.
kind of a weird feeling
Yeah.
on TikTok.
Okay.
So I have like 23,000 followers on my other
Do
TikTok.
you?
Yeah.
That seems like a lot.
I think it's a good place to start. And
Okay.
I'm like, I want to build that account has gotten the most views and followers from the Austin and Brian content.
Yes.
So I'm gonna rename that one Austin and Brian, and I'll create a
Okay.
new one just for myself.
Love
Basically.
it. Okay.
So then I also had the how was your weekend, and I was like
Right.
originally posting sometimes on Instagram, sometimes on TikTok.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm like, let's just create its own presence as
Yeah.
well on Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah.
And then each week when we post an episode, we can do like a teaser from that episode and
Okay.
post it just on that account.
Got it.
Essentially.
Yes.
So, which
what's going to happen though when this becomes more popular than you and Brian?
that's great.
You
I love it.
Is it? I don't want to.
It's a competition.
Oh man. Okay, that's like a lot. That feels like a lot of work.
It was a lot of work to set it all up.
Yes.
But I actually feel more like clarity
Okay.
now with like what I'm posting on different places.
Does this mean you're going to have to create more content because you're going to be thinking of Austin and Brian, you're going to be thinking of Austin Miller, you're going to be thinking of how was your weekend? Like you were like timing wise, you're putting a lot into it.
Yeah.
Now, what's your thoughts on?
I don't know if it'll be more content. It'll probably
Okay.
be less content on each platform,
Okay.
but more like focused content on each
Okay.
platform.
Okay.
I guess if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like when you go to the How Was Your Weekend Instagram, it'll just be videos from our Instagram clips.
Do you have any like sponsors in mind that you were thinking of? Like, I've seen other people get brand deals with these companies. Like, what would be your ideal partnership?
That's a great question. I should think about that.
Okay.
And I don't even know how to like land those brand deals. Like I'm basically my first step was to create a little bit of separation and more focus for each account.
Yeah.
I want to build those accounts up over time,
Right.
and then basically, I guess start thinking, give that some thought and
Right.
like what would an ideal partnership look like? How do you
Mhm.
approach them? I think I don't know. I need to do a little more research there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So to be continued on
TBD.
this journey.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's exciting.
I literally it was the entire car ride. I was just
For
like,
the record, I'd be so sick. I can't sit in the back and look at my phone. I can't sit in the back.
I usually can't, but I must have just been lasered in. I don't know. I
You were
focused in on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
So I just talked a lot. Can we talk about your weekend?
Sure.
Please.
Well, okay. Friday was Piper's birthday.
It was.
We also this
Number
weekend
9th birthday?
10th.
10th.
Double digits. I
Crazy.
know. It is actually crazy. Like what? So it's funny. We had cheer practice. Well, first off, I can't speak today. First off, it was our cheer state competition on Sunday.
Okay.
So a lot of this weekend was cheer focused. And so I had told Piper, hey, on your actual birthday, we're probably not gonna be able to do a big party, nor anytime that weekend because of all the cheer things we have going on. She's like, that's fine. I just want to have like Grammy and Grampy over and Emma and Camila, who are Denise's girls.
Okay.
And they are like, those girls are like cousins. They're like family friends type thing. And so it was like, okay, that's fine. We can do that. What do you want to do for dinner? Like, probably won't have people over till like 6:37. So dinner, dessert, and then the girls can sleep over. And so her meal pick was McDonald's.
Okay.
I tried real hard to convince her, like, we're having our friends over. The Bachmans are notorious for cooking amazing meals for birthdays specifically. I'm like, it's the Bachmans. I can be sure we want to do chicken nuggets. And she was adamant. So it was fun. I mean, we ended up getting McDonald's for everybody and I mean, really reasonably priced birthday dinner. So that was great. And then Krispy Kreme donuts for dessert.
Wow.
You know?
What
just
a combo.
Real luxurious.
That's the American dream right there.
So
what is your McDonald's order?
I just like the McChicken sandwich.
Okay. The like 159 McChicken or the elevated McCrispy?
I have not tried the McCrispy. My dad ordered that. Denise ordered that. So I'm tempted to try that the next
It's great.
time.
Like spicy deluxe McCrispy
Well,
is
here's what was
amazing.
interesting. My McChicken is not spicy.
Yeah.
But the one I had Friday night, it was. It was like they used the wrong chicken.
Oh.
And I don't know. I think I've shared. I'm a big fan of Diet Coke. I don't like to admit that, but I am. Guilty pleasure. So Diet Coke and then some French fries.
That's
Can't go
delicious.
wrong.
What a meal.
So that was our Friday night. Oh, and here's what's funny. The girls, part of what Piper's whole birthday plan was to sleep in the car, which lives in our garage, which is not insulated. So they spent Friday night doing a sleepover in our car.
What?
In the garage. Mm-hmm.
In your new Kia?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So back in December, we went with the girls. We took the Denise's girls to Spanaway Lights. So we drove through.
Yeah.
And this plan started hatching of like, you know what we should do? We should sleep in here sometime.
Yeah.
And
did you set up a mattress in the back or something? Or
they brought every spare blanket in my home that they could find.
Okay.
I'll have to show you a little video. I took a video in the morning of like their setup.
Yeah.
I was very similar when I was younger, and I loved sleeping in weird places, specifically with my best friend Rachel growing up.
Yeah.
We would every sleepover find a new place
to
sleep. And we did sleep in the car one time. Granted, we lived in California and it was not 32 degrees at night. So I kind of had a little like nostalgia, like, okay, I'm going to let her do this, even though I thought it was the worst idea in the world. But they loved it.
They loved it?
They stayed the whole night.
Yeah.
They said they were warm. So yeah. So
That's awesome.
That was our Friday night.
So I'm hearing 3 potential sponsors from the story so far. Kia, McDonald's, and Diet Coke.
Oh my gosh.
If any of the 3 of you, it'd be great.
Could you imagine? I'll do it I'll pay you to.
We'll pay us in fries and French fries.
Yes.
I remember sleeping on our trampoline growing up.
Yes.
That was the thing. We'd set up like blankets and stuff on the trampoline. That was great.
Alice's birthday is July, and so she one birthday party did that.
Nice. Brian and I will still do that in Chelan. We'll
Adorable.
sleep not on the trampoline, but there's a deck outside like the guest bedroom.
Yeah.
And we set up a little blow up mattress out there, and you sleep under the stars. There's like no light pollution at all.
Wow.
So we turn off all the house lights and we'll sleep under the stars. And it gets a little chilly at night, but it's great.
Chad had suggested we do that as a family on our deck.
Nice.
In the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah. We never did, but yeah.
2025.
Okay. Yeah.
The year of the sleeping outside.
The year of the new sleepovers. Yeah. So that was my Friday night.
Nice.
You want to talk about yours? We'll go back and forth Friday, Saturday.
Sure. Yeah. So we, a group of friends and I went to Bend, Oregon for the weekend. Have you been to Bend? You've been to Bend?
I love Bend. We have done Sun River.
Cool. I've never done Sun River.
Okay. So I've only gone summer.
Okay.
I don't think I've done.
I would love to go during the summer. It feels like a great summer destination. It's far. I didn't realize how far it would be. I haven't spent that long in a car in a while.
Yeah.
Especially for like we've left on Friday, we came back Monday. So it was a long weekend, but still like I guess 3 nights.
But it is a long drive.
It's a long drive.
I think that's the minimum I would stay.
Yeah.
To go down
3
to
nights.
Bend.
Yeah.
3 nights.
Okay. So Friday night basically was just driving down to Bend. We left at like 3 p.m. I think.
Oh, okay.
And we got down there at like 9 or 10.
Did you guys stay at an Airbnb? Did you do a hotel?
Airbnb, yeah.
Okay.
So my friend Brandon booked the trip. He found this Airbnb.
Nice.
Cool Airbnb. It was had like a hot tub, had a sauna, had just
all the
like
things we
a
love.
cool like TV room with a big
Ooh.
projector screen.
Nice.
How
many of you guys went?
There were 7 of us, I
Awesome.
believe. Yeah. So there were seven guys, and it was a great time. Yeah.
Cool.
So Friday, basically we arrived. We got Chipotle on the way down.
I was gonna say you must have stopped for dinner.
Got Chipotle. Love Chipotle. Classic.
Also happy to accept their sponsorship.
100% Chipotle. Come on, pay me in burrito bowls. And then that was it. We got there and basically like I was feeling kind of gross. I've been battling this cold for like 2 weeks.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say I was on my phone and I'm like,
no,
this
no.
No, you just head cold.
Head cold, especially in the mornings and at night. It's like very annoying. So I'm ready to be done.
Okay.
Yeah. If Dayquil or NyQuil wants to sponsor us, that'd be great.
After everything we share, we're gonna.
That'll be the name of this episode. Sponsor us.
Yes,
please.
Help.
Parentheses, please.
Well, I just remember going to Bend and we stopped at a park. There was something where we were at a park and we just were chatting to another family and they were like, "Oh yeah, we live here," and Chad was kind of like, yo, what brought you here? And they said they Googled safest cities to live in.
Really?
And Bend was thinking, I was like, that was very clever of them
Yeah.
to think of researching things like that. I
Yeah.
would never, like when we've moved, it's always been job or
Totally.
family. I've never thought to think of a place to go to just because of safety.
Yeah.
Mm.
I believe it. It's felt very safe and
Yeah.
clean and nice.
And it's just, I love the homes there.
Yeah.
I love the downtown area.
Yep.
Super cute. Really good food.
Great food.
Yeah.
I texted Brian like midway through, and because I was really appreciating the architecture.
Yeah.
And I realized that style of architecture that a lot of homes are is like mountain modern.
Yeah.
Is kind of what it's called. So modern, but it has like those mountain
Yes.
flares
Yeah.
to it, like the stone and the brick and the concrete and stuff.
Yeah.
And I texted him, this is my top 3 lists for architecture. In no particular order. Mountain modern, mid-century modern, and Northwest contemporary are my 3 favorite
What's
architectures.
in Northwest contemporary?
Northwest, I might have to show you a picture, but it's kind of like, I mean, similar to the other 2. It's like a lot of like concrete, metal, warm wood,
Okay.
glass.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like kind of
Okay.
like the Frank Lloyd Wright style. You know who
That's
that is?
very mid-century.
Yeah, that's mid-century. It's kind of like a more modern Northwest feeling than that.
Okay.
Let me find a picture while
Feels
we're
like
chatting.
moderns in all of them. Also, if the city of Bend would like to sponsor us.
The city of Bend travel.
Okay, I'm gonna jump to my Saturday.
Please.
I just gotta say, I am so grateful that we live in a world where we can DoorDash and Instacart things to our door.
100%.
I got home Friday night and realized I do not have breakfast food for these children that are in my home right now. So
Northwest Contemporary.
Okay.
Which randomly, I just Googled Northwest Contemporary, and that's one of the first images, and that's James Daynard's house.
James, well done.
It's showing up at the top of the Northwest Contemporary.
James, if you're looking for a sponsorship, kind of reminds me of Sincadia. Have you gone?
Yes,
Sincadia
totally.
homes
That 100%. That same vibe.
And some of their more newer structures too are very. Anyways,
so you're expressing gratitude for DoorDash.
Yeah, it's Saturday morning, and I get on Instacart and I get you would have loved it, cinnamon rolls from Met Market delivered.
I haven't had those.
Fruit, some bacon. Oh yeah, they're nice.
Do they live up to the cookie, or like?
Okay. I would say they're pretty worth. They're nice. They're huge.
Okay.
So had that delivered. The girls, one of them came in early in the morning just to use the restroom, and I was like, "Are you guys okay?" And they're like, "Yeah, it's actually really nice." I couldn't imagine because Chad had to go to work in the morning. He worked overtime for a couple hours, so he like opened a garage door, had a vehicle running, like closed the garage door. So there was commotion and all this stuff. But anyways, they stayed out there. I had to go get them at like 9:30 and was like, I'm got breakfast for you girls. So they came in, had breakfast, got ready. Denise came in, picked the girls up, and we had cheer practice that afternoon. So Chad got home and I took Alice to the school. We had a couple hours of cheer practice, just kind of running the last few routines before we competed on Sunday.
Yeah.
So because we knew we were like prepping for like a big day Sunday, the rest of Saturday was just kind of like a chill hangout around the house. I think I cooked like pork chops and we just like lounged in the evening and just tried to relax as a family.
I don't think I've ever cooked pork chops.
I know it's not something I do very often.
Were they good?
But it was good. Yeah. They were on sale at the Met. So
nice.
Also Met, if you are
people are gonna turn. This is where people turn off our episode.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I was gonna say the show that I have been getting into is Severance.
Okay.
I think we've talked about it.
I watched the first. I couldn't get into it.
I hear you. I didn't either. It's taken me like whenever it first came out, I watched a few episodes, maybe 1.5, and I was like, nah, I'm not into this. And then I've just heard so many people talking about it.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna push through. And I got real into it, and now
you got past the weirdness of it.
I did.
It's weird.
It's weird, but then
does it start to make sense?
It starts to totally make sense,
okay.
And you start to see kind of how they're coming together. And what I just love, like the different characters are so unique.
Yeah. Adam Scott.
Yep. I don't know the actor's name, but whoever plays the character Dylan, I think is just so funny. So yeah, it was one of those things where I started watching and I didn't realize like I finished this season and was on to season 2.
Oh, nice.
And now I'm all caught up. So now I'm like in limbo,
Okay.
waiting. You know,
And season 2 just came out, right?
season 2 just
Okay.
started. Yeah.
And is it like releasing every week, or is it the
Yep.
whole thing?
I think it's every Friday. No,
Okay.
it's they do like one episode a week.
So you're not done. You'll have it to look forward to every week.
Yes,
Okay.
I will have something to look forward to. But you know, it's like making me wait.
Yeah.
Love that.
Patience, come on.
So if Severance is
Apple TV.
okay. That I think I don't remember much else from Saturday aside from what I just mentioned.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're mentioning Uber, or like DoorDash, and how grateful you are for it.
Yes.
We were talking. My friends and I were talking in the car yesterday. It's crazy the things, because I'm 30. My friends are late 20s.
Yeah.
It's crazy the things that we didn't grow up with that exist now.
Oh yeah.
Food delivery other than pizza was not a thing growing up. Like Uber wasn't a thing.
Right.
Like you had taxis, but no one used no one used a taxi in daily life. You use a taxi for like to get to the airport or something.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. There are other things we were thinking of, like just like social media or just like all these modern conveniences and stuff that we just like are so used to that seem so normal. We didn't have them like not that long ago.
I know.
Like the iPhone's only been in existence since 2008, I think. Like prior to that, there was no smartphones. It was just like I don't know. It's just crazy to think.
It is so
how
bizarre.
far things have come in the last 15 years.
It freaks me out a little bit to think of like what will it be like when we're older.
Yeah.
Like I think about like grandparents, like giving them this and being like, here's the world in this little screen.
Yeah.
And like them being like, what?
And it's like, it's
so
hard to
weird.
even imagine how it could get more advanced than it is today.
Yeah.
Right? Like there are these huge advances. And I know like AI is the next big thing.
Yeah.
But even with that, I don't know. Maybe I'm like skeptical about it. But
I think we're going to have like robots in our house. We're going to have like, what are those called? The images that, not mirages.
Oh, like projected, like
yeah. Like think about
called.
FaceTime. I can FaceTime family in South Africa.
Crazy.
So like the next thing is they're gonna like, what is it?
Yeah.
What is that called?
Yeah.
It's like there is screen and there
hologram.
Yeah. They're gonna have
that doesn't feel that's not far off for
in
sure.
our home.
Yeah. That's it's crazy to think about. They're just like
bizarre.
right next to you.
You know what I wish would get a little bit better? Plane travel. That hasn't changed.
Right. Yeah, it's true. Hasn't really got much faster.
Right. Huh. Can somebody, I don't know, some of our listeners work on
You know what I want to be better?
What?
Printers. Bane of my existence. I hate
Really?
printers. Yes.
Are you printing a lot?
No, but I am getting a lot of people coming to me at the office saying, why won't the printer work?
Yeah.
And I don't want to deal with it. It's such a pain in the butt. But.
No, I know.
Yeah, technology's crazy. So how was your Saturday?
No, I'm kind of racking my brain. Was like, was there more? We were supposed to have our bus tour.
Right.
That's part of it. And then that got rescheduled.
Yep.
So that kind of opened up my day.
For cinnamon rolls and severance.
For cinnamon rolls. A little cheer. And that's it. Yeah.
Love it. Saturday we skied.
Fun.
Do you ski?
I have skied.
Okay.
It's been probably 20 plus years since I've skied.
Do you imagine yourself getting back up on the slopes at some point? Or are you
not with this knee?
Not with the knee. No.
Just kidding.
It's over with.
I mean, if I'm at the slopes, we've gone like tubing with the girls and sledding. I love a good inner tube.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Whether it's on snow or water, I'm here for it. I don't know if you know that about me, but
do you remember enjoying skiing when you went?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fun.
I never was like great.
Okay.
Like it wasn't like I enjoyed it, but I wasn't like, I'm going to advance in this and really make this my thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I go probably once or twice a year.
Yeah.
So not like a ton. Like I was with Brandon, who has a season pass. He goes a lot.
Yeah.
And they're like Brandon and a few others are like really good.
Okay. Because I remember this about you.
Yeah.
You said, if the people you're skiing with are good, you will ski.
I'll ski.
If they're not good, you'll snowboard.
Exactly.
So did you skied?
I skied 100%. Okay. Yeah. And I was still
a lot about your company.
I was fine, but I was definitely like the last one down the mountain at certain points. Wow. They're all very fast. I didn't fall, which is that's always my goal. That's my number one goal.
Well, especially because the last time we chatted, there was a few body ailments that were bothering you.
Yeah. So my first time skiing in my 30s, so I was like, what's it going to be like?
What's going to happen?
And it went great.
Love that.
Ended up losing the group at some point, so I was by myself for a little while, which was totally fine. Okay. I made friends on the ski lift. Okay. Randomly, this guy next to me I got talking to, and a lot of weird similarities. He also just turned 30. His fiance was sitting next to him that he had just also proposed to.
Okay.
They also had been engaged. They'd been dating for 8 years before they got engaged.
Yeah.
I think they were getting married next like March. Like there's all
in
these
Palm Springs.
in Palm Springs, but there's so many weird like
Yeah.
similarities between us. That's kind
Yeah.
of a weird moment. but
That is
kind of fun.
crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, skiing was great. I love it.
Yeah.
I love just like it's so peaceful. You're gliding down the mountain, and
Yeah.
I don't listen to music or anything. I just kind of like take in the surroundings,
it.
and yeah, it's great.
Do you guys like what's your when you do those types of days, you start really early or
Started
what's your
decently early. The nice thing about Bend is that Bachelor's like a 20 to 30 minute drive away,
Okay.
so you don't have to drive for 2 hours to
Yeah,
get there.
right.
So I think we woke up at like 7 and got to the mountain by like 8:30, and the
Okay.
mountain opened at 9.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
it's great.
Was it crowded? Were there a lot of people there?
It was less crowded than I thought it would be for MLK weekend.
Okay.
I thought there'd be more people.
Then the snow was good.
Snow was okay. Yeah,
Okay.
it was not like a ton of new snow, but it was fine.
Yeah.
Weather was amazing. Like
Yeah.
not a cloud in the sky.
Yeah.
Sunny, warm.
Yeah.
Like great
That's
weather. So wonderful ski day, and then we got back, sat in the hot tub for a long time. I have like a rash going on now from the
Cool.
hot tub.
Great.
Too much hot tub time. And then we ended up going out that night to Deschutes, which is like a
Uh-huh.
brewery in Bend,
Yeah.
and got some dinner. And
Yeah.
then I was chatting with the friends group last night, and we're like, this is the oldest we've ever felt on a friend trip. As in, like,
Really?
every night we were like back to our Airbnb before midnight.
Oh,
Like, no one was super drunk. Like,
Yeah.
we just like it was the most
welcome.
tame friend
Yeah.
trip we've ever had.
Yeah.
It felt like, which
And
was
that was
nice.
all intentional. Like everybody was like, "Hey, let's not
Same
overdo
page.
it."
Yep.
Yeah.
Everyone's on the same page.
Yeah.
There wasn't. Yeah, it was great. I really
So
appreciate
you felt
it.
good about it. You guys
Yes.
weren't like, "Man."
I
have
was not
we-"
lamenting it.
Okay.
The others might have been, but I was happy with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So
I'm telling you what.
yeah, so that was Saturday night.
Okay.
Went to the brewery, and then let's go to Sunday. That's
Okay,
cool.
do it.
Sunday, a few people had already left like Sunday morning.
Okay.
We got ramen. Do you ever get ramen?
I love ramen.
Ramen's the best. So
Yeah.
good. So we got ramen, and then a few people headed out, and then Warren and Brandon skied again a second day.
Okay.
Chad and I decided not to. So Chad and I basically just like spent the whole day exploring
Cool.
Bend, walking around.
Yeah.
Another beautiful day.
Yeah.
I think we walked like 9 miles around the
Whoa.
city, and it was awesome.
That's
like
great.
Saw every little neighborhood pocket,
Yeah.
and had some good coffee, and
Nice.
it was walked along the river quite a bit,
Mhm.
and yeah, it was a great day. And then got back to our Airbnb. Brandon and Warren got back, and then we went to a nice place for dinner called the Drake, which is like kind of a new American
Okay.
restaurant.
Yeah.
And then went to one little dive bar for a couple drinks.
Fun.
Got some Jello shots
Before midnight.
Before I got yep. And then yeah,
Jello shots.
that was
That's an
somebody.
interesting move.
That was not my move, but somebody did it, and it was
Honestly,
fine.
didn't know you could order that at a outdoor public place. I mean, not outdoor. Outside
Usually
public
dive-
place. I thought
dive
that's
bars.
just a home remedy,
Homegrown.
not homegrown. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, so that was Saturday, or no, wait, that was Sunday.
Yeah.
We're talking about Sunday. What were we
You're
talking
on
about?
Sunday.
Sunday.
You're on Sunday.
Got back again kind of early, went to bed,
Love it.
and then Monday morning came back, woke up somewhat early, packed up the Airbnb,
Yeah.
and then drove back.
Did all of your content creating.
Yep,
On
a
the
lot
way
of
home.
social media time.
Yeah.
Came home, walked Stevie,
What time did you get home?
kind of late, like 6.
It's a long drive.
It's a long track. It takes up pretty much the whole day.
And you guys like, was the snow on the roads rough at all?
No snow on the roads.
Oh,
no.
okay.
There's like no new snow anywhere, so it's
Okay.
roads are pretty
Cool.
easy.
That makes it
but
nice.
yeah, wonderful weekend. I would definitely
yeah.
like to Bend. I want to go in the summertime. I feel like
Okay.
Whistler, similarly, like it's nice during the winter. I love skiing, but I
Mhm.
prefer during the summer. Like I
Yeah.
love just like the village vibe and just
Yes.
like I love biking and
Yeah.
hiking and all the summer sports
Totally.
more so than the winter sports.
I really loved Sun River. They have, similarly to Suncadia, like that type of housing and amenities and all of that. They have an awesome like water area, but they also have a really cool little town in Sun River.
Okay.
So, because Suncadia, they're growing for sure, but you're a little bit limited on like there's this restaurant at
Yeah.
the hotel and at the inn, and those are your options,
Yeah.
But
You have
they
a
a
Roslyn
bunch.
nearby, but
Yes,
not like right there.
not within the community.
Yeah.
So whereas Sun River had a lot more, they had like a market and they had
That's
a
cool.
coffee shop and so. Okay, Sunday, big day. cheer state competition. It's our only competition we've done this year.
Wow.
The way I've been describing our cheer competition experience, I said to Chad, imagine you were cast in a play.
Okay.
And you didn't get your script until the week of your performance. When you wanted to go practice with your castmates, the theater was closed. And when you could, some of your castmates didn't show up.
Okay.
And then it's opening night. You're going on stage. It's not that dramatic, but it felt similarly like we've struggled this year with getting consistent practice space at our school.
Mm.
Our routine came very late in the year than we would have wanted. And then we have had multiple girls leave the team for one reason or another.
Okay.
So a lot of adjusting. But here's the girls did amazing. We also have a team that is primarily either 8th graders or 6th graders. So 8th graders have competed before. They kind of know what to expect. All the 6th graders are this is all new.
Yeah.
Everything's new. All of cheer is new. All of competing is new.
They're green.
They're fresh.
Yeah.
So just an interesting mix to go.
No 7th graders.
We have one 7th grader.
Wow.
I know. It's kind of like it feels like every other year there's a big group from these classes. And then the years in between, it's interesting. I don't know. But the girls did great. We did not take first place. We were 0.6 of a point away from first.
First?
Mm-hmm.
So you got second.
Points. Yeah. What was weird was they did the announcements for awards very oddly. Like usually they bring everybody into the facility. They play a bunch of music. There's like a whole dance party. And then they start going through all the awards.
Okay.
They did it in like sections. So because you compete in different categories, they did categories by themselves. Our middle school group had 4 teams in it. That's it. So they bring us in the very last. It's just 4 teams. It's kind of awkward in this huge space, just 4 of us. And they go, okay, so for one category, it's game day. And this school was the only one to compete in that category. And they got first, obviously. And then there's the other 3 and they go, and this school got first. All right, thanks for coming, everybody. And the other 2 teams were sitting there like, what? What did we get? Was it second? Was it third? By how much? It was really bizarre. This is my first time going to comp as a coach. I've gone as a parent and I've kind of helped support the coaches before, but not like all the behind the scenes stuff. So I actually had a blast. I was so proud of our girls. And
against all odds, they got second place.
What an underdog story, if I do say so. So I thought it was great. And now we're kind of going into a new season with cheer as far as like comp is done. I felt like it carried a lot of stress with it. Like all of our practices, we were like, so like this has to count. Like it carried just extra weight that I feel like I'm actually glad we're done. Moving forward, we can focus on new skills and new material and just kind of start over.
Nice.
So
where's the conference held at?
It was in Yelm High School.
Nice.
Yeah. It was interesting spot. So that was literally all of Sunday. Like by the time we got up, we kind of just had a slow morning at home and then got out there. We needed to be there around 12. And so we left our house a little before 11 and then we didn't get home till after 5:36. And we ordered Thai food for dinner.
Nice.
And that was our treat to ourselves.
Which place?
Royal Thai.
Okay. Is it good?
Pretty good.
I haven't had
it. And that was our day. And then Monday, the girls were off of school. So we just kind of had a morning at home. They were doing laundry and chores. And I actually had a PT appointment for my knee. I've gone now twice.
Nice.
The first, so 3 visits total. First visit is kind of just like an assessment, chatting about goals. The
pickleball.
The second appointment, now you're like on the floor and you're like on their gym floor and you're like doing the exercises.
Like some front handsprings?
Like a lot of squats, a lot of side steps. It's like I kind of like am breathing heavier than I want to be. The first visit, she did a really like intense deep tissue massage on my like thigh.
Oof.
I was
That's painful.
oh my gosh, it was awful. I don't like massages. I don't know if you know this. Like if I go to a spa, I will not. I will get a facial all day, every day. Don't touch my back or my neck.
I love massage.
Yeah, couldn't handle it.
I'll take a massage.
And what she did to my leg, I was like, this is why I'm in so much pain. And I was sore for like days after.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Monday, PT. Go home, grab the girls. It's finals week for Alice. And so she wanted to go to a coffee shop and study for finals. So I went to Happy Duo. brought pipes, obviously, and then my parents ended up meeting us there. We did like coffee and had some card games and stuff.
Nice.
And then that was pretty much yesterday. Oh no, that wasn't yesterday. We went home. Chad came back. We went to dinner last night to celebrate Piper's birthday with Shannon's family and Kelly's family. So
Who's
Johnson's
Shannon?
Random. You heard of her. Shannon, also, if you're looking to sponsor anybody. So we went to Forelli's last night for Piper's birthday dinner with those friends.
Nice.
It was great. Forelli's is like they do kids. They have all daily specials.
Nice.
So Monday was kids eat free. So
Oh,
worked out great.
wow. Nice.
We had 7 children with
Every
us.
Monday?
Every Monday.
Kids eat free?
Kids eat free.
What a promo.
Well, you have to spend as an adult $10. So
You have to spend $1,000.
you do have to buy the restaurant. But they have like little games there, little arcade things.
Yeah.
And they bring you like dough to play with and cook carrots and ranch. Like I feel like they do good, like great service.
Nice.
So we did that. That was our evening. And then that was my weekend.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Piper.
Happy birthday, the big 1-0.
That's crazy. You no longer have kids in their single digits.
No, I don't know what that means. But
It's a big deal.
something. It means something.
Sweet.
Yeah. All right.
Good weekend.
Great. Hey, how's your challenges going for your goals in 2025?
You know what?
Feeling like
Doing okay.
successful?
Yeah, I'm hitting my 15,000 steps every day.
golly.
The worst one so far was Saturday night in Bend. Because I
Oh.
was skiing all day. It didn't count much towards my steps. The
Yeah.
skiing didn't.
Okay.
And I was at like 10,000 steps when we got home from like the bar.
After Jello shots?
Yes.
Ooh.
And I did not. I ended up going on a walk around the neighborhood and it was freezing cold
Yeah.
and pitch black. There's no light anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, this is kind of scary.
Yes.
And so I went back and luckily found a treadmill in the garage.
Oh.
So I walked a couple miles on the
Oh,
treadmill and I was
that's
fine. But
You walked 9 miles on Sunday?
yes, on Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you're fine.
Easy peasy. Last night was a little rough too because I was driving all day.
Mm.
And then I got home and I had to take Stevie on like a 4-mile walk to get my steps in.
Golly.
So 15,000 steps is no joke, especially in the cold weather months when
That-
it's dark out early.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
I might have to like wave my white flag about the 10K steps in this season and like aim for spring, summer. That
Yeah,
be a goal.
For sure. Kicking down the
Like,
road a little bit.
I'm just gonna, stay inside for a bit.
Stay inside. Yeah. Opt inside.
I love it.
Thanks,
Okay.
Jamie.
Thank
Happy
you.
51st episode.
51st.
Thanks to all of our sponsors. See you next time.
Bye.